So getting in
Order
on
submitted.
that inverse fair value gap there, we're finally getting a model. I'm going to have my stops below the low here. Waited about an hour and a half for this move. Like I said, if I'm bullish, I want to see bearish fair value gaps get disrespected. I do have confidence that we will draw to this Asia and London high. Will it be right now? Could be, but that's kind of out of my control. I looked for a setup to play out and I'm just executing on that and I'm just managing my risk. I know this is, risk is managed here, but this is sometimes the reality of trading. I waited an hour and a half to get an entry. I get an entry and I could get instantly stopped out here within 3 minutes. Sometimes you wait a long time for your setup to play out and then you could instantly get stopped out or instantly go in drawdown. But it's what you do after this trade. Like if I immediately take another buy after this trade, or if I flip my bias and I go sells and then price actually runs in my favor. So that's the most important part in trading is what you do after you take a loss or after your setup doesn't work out. Are you going off the rails and you're doing different strategies, or are you sticking to your guns and just saying, it's part of the data, it's part of the probability. Right now, I have a really, really good risk to reward on the table, so I think that's one thing to consider. This was a pretty good setup, and I have a really good risk to reward. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It is what it is. This is what I was kind of worried about. If we did not deliver out of this fair value gap kind of quickly, that 11 a.m. could roll around and sweep the lows of this 30-minute candle. So we have the lows of this 30-minute candle that are pretty close, especially after we're seeing the manipulation like this, the accumulation and then manipulation. Now we could distribute lower.
Order filled.
So there's stop loss getting hit. Pretty unfortunate. Yeah, that's the reality of trading though.